you ready?
I was born ready.
Yeah, I know, I see. Whoops.
Okay, we'll open up this March 12th, 2019 meeting of the Coralville City Council. Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Gross.
Here.
Foster.
Present.
Gill.
Present.
Dodds.
Present.
Goodrich.
Yep, let the record show Councilwoman Goodrich is gone and the mayor is gone, as well as City Administrator Hayworth there in Washington, D.C. Motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Gill.
Second.
Seconded by Dodds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, we've approved the agenda. Now is the time for citizen comments. If anybody would like to say something that's not on the agenda, now would be a good time to do so. Carol, I've never heard you this quiet. Are you sure you have nothing to say? All right. Seeing none, we'll start with the fiscal year 2020 budget. Don, the resolution.
Resolution approving the fiscal year 2020 budget, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Foster, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Foster, seconded by Gill. Discussion. Roll call.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 6, bonds. And let me just, before I do that, the budget can be viewed on the city website, www.coralville.org. It's a big issue for a lot of folks. There should be an issue of the connection that's coming out that does an excellent job of explaining all the different components of the budget. And I think the big thing people always want to know is the tax rate has stayed the same. This will be, I think, the 10th straight time that has been the case. And so we've been able to keep taxes low, at the same time provide some great services for our community.
Can I just quickly add that there are some fantastic videos that our communications team has put together. You can see those on social media, on the Facebook page, and I believe, are they on the website as well?
Yes, they are.
Okay, yes, and they do a really fantastic job of kind of breaking down where our tax dollars are spent, and if, you know, just a really great overview of the budget as a whole. So I highly recommend people check those out.
Any other comments on the budget? Excellent. Item 6, bonds. Don, the resolution. A.
Resolution providing for the sale of bonds and setting parameters for the sale of bonds, approving purchase agreements, official statements, and other related documents, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Gross, seconded by Dodds. Discussion. Tony, do you have words for us?
Briefly, yes. Item 6A provides for a sale to occur on March 26th of the First Avenue bonds, and 6B provides for finalizing the sale and issuance this evening for the Coral Ridge Avenue bonds.
Excellent. Any questions for Tony? Any further discussion? Roll call.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds. Foster.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Item B.
Resolution authorizing the issuance of annual appropriation urban renewal tax increment revenue bonds series 2019B, pledging to the payment thereof funds and portions of taxes subject to non-appropriation created pursuant to the authority of subsection 2 of section 403.19 of the Code of Iowa, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gill, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Gill, seconded by Foster. Discussion. Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Number 7 would be removed till the next meeting, so we can go to number 8.
Excellent.
Okay.
Item 8. Don? Motion. Oh, no, I just make him, yes. Is
I'll
there-
make the motion to change order. Change order 10,684, pay estimate 12R 6,950, 78 cents, and pay estimate 13R 116 674 72, which is partial retainage due in 30 days.
Okay, motion's made by Gill. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved by Gill, second by Dodds. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Don, the resolution for item B.
Resolution accepting the Iowa River Landing and Drury parking ramp project as substantially completed with the stipulations set in the certificate of substantial completion, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Dodds, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Dodge, second by Gill. Discussion?
Yeah, there's $150,000 held back. There's a couple items that need to be completed, but what needs to warm up a little bit before they can finish those items.
Great, thank you, Kevin. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Foster,
Aye.
Gross,
Aye.
Gill,
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Resolution carries. Item 9, sanitary sewer project. Don, the resolution, or the motion? We have another motion.
Motion approving the pay estimate number 8, final $0 to Dave Schmidt Construction for the IRL Sanitary Sewer Project for East Second Avenue and East 7th Street.
So we're paying them $0.
Second.
Okay, is there a second? Yes.
Second.
I like those motions.
I do too. Moved by Dodge, second by Gill. Discussion. Roll call. Oh, no. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Excellent. Motion passes. Item B.
Resolution accepting the IRL Sanitary Sewer Project East Second Avenue and East Seventh Street is substantially completed, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Foster, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Foster, seconded by Gill. Discussion. Oh, by Dodds. I'm channeling Mayor Fawcett in this chair. I'm trying to. That was seconded by Dodds. Discussion. Roll call.
Gross,
Aye.
Gill,
Aye.
Dodds,
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Letter C of item 9, Don.
Resolution approving supplemental agreement number 6 to engineering service agreement with HR Green Inc. for Iowa River Landing Sanitary Sewer and Roadway Grading 2017, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Gross, seconded by Gill. Discussion. Roll call.
Gill,
Aye.
Dodds,
Aye.
Foster,
Aye.
Gross.
Aye. Resolution passes. Item 10, sanitary sewer flow metering and modeling for 2019.
Resolution approving an engineering services agreement with Veenstra and Kim Inc. for sanitary sewer flow metering and modeling 2019, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gill, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Gill, seconded by Foster. Discussion. Roll call.
Dodds,
Aye.
Foster,
Aye.
Gross,
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Item 11, moratorium on demolition permit and rezoning applications. Don, the resolution.
A resolution imposing a moratorium for demolition permit and rezoning applications, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Dodds, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Dodge, seconded by Foster. Discussion.
Yeah, this is, as everybody knows, the rezoning, there's some rezonings happening to match match what is actually there. So what this does is just says you can't demolish, have a demolition permit. There's some exceptions if you're just like, you need one that's not gonna change the use, or try to rezone the property until the rezoning is done, and this automatically ends as soon as the, ordinance. That first reading will be next meeting, so when that one is passed and published, then the moratorium will end.
So the first reading for the changes to R1 will be next.
Yeah, will be
meeting.
next
Okay,
meeting, yeah.
Yep.
Any other discussion?
And this was on the planning and zoning?
The
Agenda.
rezoning ordinance was on the planning and zoning last meeting, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
The moratorium was prior to that.
okay, gotcha.
That freezes everything while the process takes place.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Foster,
Aye.
Gross,
Aye.
Gill,
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Excuse me, resolution passes. Item 12, Lot 1 of the IRL Parkview.
Resolution of intent to dispose of an interest in real property and setting a date for hearing and date for receipt of alternate proposals for an approximate 1.02 acre portion of Outlot B, River Landing Part 5, Coralville, Iowa, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Foster, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Foster, second by Dodds. Discussion.
Yeah, this is the first of 7 lots that are basically located north of the Marriott parking ramp and east of the Von Mauer lot. Out there, it's pretty much a flat spot right now. It's pretty wide open. So this is a 30-day notice to have the hearing in. Anybody who wants to put a proposal together, as this is a 42-unit residential building that is going to be constructed on this site if there are no other proposals submitted. And so the hearing would be on the 23rd, and we'd approve a development agreement on the 23rd also.
Excellent. Any other questions or comments? Roll call.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Resolution carries. Item 13, automatic aid agreement, fire. Don, the resolution.
Resolution approving an automatic aid agreement between the City of Coralville and the City of Iowa City, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Gross, seconded by Gill. And Kevin, you want to just explain for viewers the difference between, or Chief Schweitzer, the difference between mutual aid, and I think just with the fire last week in Iowa City, there's a lot of questions about this. And
Okay, this particular agreement will be with Iowa City. If you remember, I believe back in November, we approved one with North Liberty. Kind of reads identical. In the case of us going to Iowa City, it will be a line at Benton Street, if Benton continued west, and then back to the north towards us, to include a few of the high target areas on campus. The fire they had the other day, we did go down to, this would not have covered that, it wouldn't have been automatic there, but there is some campus buildings in that area that we would be. So Iowa City will come into Coralville south of 80, and also the Linda Road portion over there off of Dubuque Street. So, and for the most part, between all 3 cities, we're already calling each other on a mutual aid basis. What this will do for us to make it automatic, and then that'll help us, all 3 cities, with our ISO ratings too. So,
excellent. Any other questions for Chief Schweitzer? Great, thanks, appreciate it. Resolution. Actually, we're going to do a roll call.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
All right. Resolution passes. Item 14, union contracts. Don, the resolution.
Resolution approving an agreement with public professionals and maintenance employees, the union representing police officers, effective July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2022, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gill, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Gill, second by Dodds. Discussion. We have Director of Human Resources, Mike Funky, at the podium.
Yes, thank you. As we discussed the last meeting, we had a very productive negotiation session with the police officers, and we came to an agreement in the same day we started, so that was very good. The highlights are a 3-year agreement of the first year salary increase of 2.5%, second year 3%, third year 3.25%, and we did not make any changes to the health insurance benefits. So everything stays the same there, and then a few other odds and ends, but all in all, very good for both sides.
Excellent. Any other discussion? I just like to say, Mike, as someone who was a chief negotiator for 13 years and a union president for 3, I'm so appreciative of the way that you conduct negotiations on both sides, and we really appreciate the fairness that you show. And Chief Crone, if you pass on to the folks that represent the police officers as well, because it really does take mutual respect to get great negotiations done. So thank you for both sides for coming together.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Item 15, Urban Soil Health Awareness and Education Campaign.
Resolution approving a professional services agreement with Waterworks LLC for urban soil health and awareness and education campaign, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Dodds, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Dodge, seconded by Foster. Discussion. If there's going to be an urban soil health awareness and education task force, I'm going to appoint Councilmember Gill to head that up, if there's going to be that coming down the pike. Roll call.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill. Dodds.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Item 16, procurement cards.
Resolution designating the Brown Deer Golf Club to the list of certain positions allowed to be issued a procurement card pursuant to the Coralville purchasing policy, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Foster, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Foster, seconded by Gill. Discussion. Roll call.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Item B.
Resolution designating the position of Parks Maintenance Forestry Grade 3 to the list of certain positions allowed to be issued a procurement card pursuant to the Coralville purchasing policy, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Moved by Gross, seconded by Dodge. Discussion. Roll call.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye, resolution passes. Item 17, motion to approve the consent calendar.
Motion to approve the consent calendar, items A through double D inclusive.
Second.
Motion to approve the consent calendar made by Gill, second by Dodds. All in favor, say aye. Oh, roll call.
Yep. Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Resolution passes. City Administrator's report. Ms. Hobley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. Where the melting is certainly a welcome sight for everybody, and with that comes the advent of construction season once again. Assistant City Engineer Scott Larson will give us a brief update on what we have to look forward to.
Look forward to, yes. Yeah, we are seeing the temperatures change finally. So just last Thursday, we had essentially kickoff meetings for the 2019 construction season with both our First Avenue and Coleridge Avenue project teams. So our consultants, contractors, and city staff all got together and kind of looked over the schedules that the contractors have proposed, but also really trying to make sure everybody's on the same page as far as how we put these puzzles back together. On First Avenue, one of the first items that we'll see worked on will be at the intersection of First Avenue and 6th Street. We have some permanent medians to build, some permanent turn lane pavement to place, and then also the Crandic Railroad has to come in and install new railroad crossing gates and signals. So there's going to be a lot of work very early in this construction season at that intersection. And then from there, they'll work on additional turn lane paving to the north of there, sidewalks, crosswalks, and just a lot of finish up work on both sides of the street. And so we've had the pleasure of all 4 lanes open through the winter, but that will change once we get to certain pieces of this project, just out of sheer necessity for room to work and to complete the project. So on First Avenue, we do expect to see a lot of work beginning around the 1st of April. Now, if the weather continues to improve, we may see some other items get underway, such as additional signal pole bases, light pole bases, and such. But the bulk of the work out there on First Avenue we expect to see early in April, and we will be getting out additional information here in the next week or so with a little more specifics on that. And then on Coleridge Avenue, very early in April, if not potentially later this month if weather improves, we will once again go back to head-to-head traffic between University Parkway and Forever Green Road. So that's how we kind of, that's the situation we were in late last fall and into early winter before we were able to finally open all 4 lanes on Coleridge Avenue. So once that lane shift occurs, that allows us to complete additional work on the east half of the road from University all the way up to Forever Green. There will also be a lot of work going on outside the road itself on stormwater bioretention cell construction, as well as completion of all the sidewalk and trail connections. So again, we may see Well, in fact, today I saw the signal contractor working up at Forever Green Road. So they're taking every opportunity to chip away at the to-do list out there. Let me just finish with the expected completion dates. On First Avenue, the contractor is responsible for completing all work by May 24th. On Coral Ridge Avenue, the contractual completion date is the end of June, although we are still reviewing some schedule changes that may extend that into July. So hopefully by early July, that project would be wrapped up as well. So, any questions?
Questions for Scott? Potholes?
You got,
Yeah.
when's that doing?
What's that?
When they start doing the potholes, the repairs on the?
As soon as possible. The one issue there is they don't have access to hot asphalt mix until the plant's open, and I believe that's still mid-April when they start making hot mix asphalt. So they have some other products they can do, and yes, the list is long. So that will be another project in itself for us to tackle.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. I guess my report, I guess to add on to that, with potholes, I was gonna just mention, to me, some of the bigger ones have been filled in some spots. Had been a whole slew on 12th Avenue and Oakdale. It was to the point where I noticed them and hadn't had a chance to call in, they'd already been fixed. And, comparing that to some of the other towns, I don't think that has been the case. So I'm very fortunate, appreciative that the streets department has been that proactive on filling potholes. But as Scott just said, given the weather and the winter we've had, they're going to be profound this year. A couple other things I want to say from the library. We did a Board of Trustees meeting this week. A couple of things to tout there. There is a community writing program that the library sponsors. So if people from the community need help writing a resume or just any kind of formal writing, there's help at the library to do that. There are also spring break activities going on for parents that want to drop their kids off. You have to pick them back up at some point. And then there's also some adult book clubs going on. I'd also just be remiss a little bit, as we were celebrating last week International Women's Day, and I believe we were one of the first councils that had a majority woman council, definitely in the county, but I think in Iowa as well. So I want to give my colleagues Jill and Lori and Megan a shout out, and a very honored and proud to work with such amazing women, and Ellen, you too, as our amazing assistant city manager and administrator, and so appreciate that. And I believe we also won the award a couple years ago for the first city to get the majority of women on our boards and commissions. So it's been something the city has taken very seriously for quite a while. And last, I just want to give our scout a shout out. You picked a very good meeting to come to because this is a quickie. So I guess I will say that sometimes it looks like things get done very fast up here, but after this meeting, we go back and have a work session. You're welcome to come to that. You don't have to, but that's kind of where a lot of the kind of discussions and the debates and the if there are disagreements, they're usually out there in that room. So it's not as smooth sailing as it looks from out here. All right. With that, city attorney's report.
I'm not going to hinder the quickie, Kelly.
All right. Since it's International Women's Day, Tom, you're going to go last over council people. So, Councilwoman Foster, what do you have for us?
Well, first, thank you so much for your kind words, and that's something I'm very proud of is being part of a group that we do have a majority of women that serve on this council, and that it was such an honor to be a part of that. And I love working with and serving alongside everybody on the council, and it's just we're very fortunate I'm very fortunate to be a part of this group. The only thing that I don't have any updates, but I did just want to quickly share some thoughts. I just got back yesterday from South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, and one of the sessions that I attended at South by Southwest was about economic development strategies for non-coastal micropolitan areas. And one of the things that really struck me was that on the panel, the individuals were talking about the importance, the important role that research universities play in these communities, especially in these communities that are not on the coast. And I know that we know that here in Coralville, how critically important the University of Iowa is to our local economy. But I think one of the things that's a little bit concerning is that right now the political climate in Iowa is, there are certain legislators that are actively seeking to harm not just the University of Iowa, but all of our regent universities. And so I would just really encourage folks to contact your legislators, tell them, how important these institutions are, not just to, the communities that they're situated in, but how important they are, for the economic health and well-being of the entire state. And I do just want to add that, our legislators work day in and day out, to fight on behalf of not just the University of Iowa, but all of our universities here. So I really appreciate that the work that they're doing in Des Moines. But I would encourage you, maybe to reach out to some other legislators that maybe don't have the direct experience of having one of these institutions in their community, and maybe just share that message with them. So write or call or, contact them in any way you can. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Megan. Councilwoman Dodds.
Thank you. Thanks also for bringing the International Women's Day to the forefront for acknowledgement. I'm very honored to work with this entire council. We are very blessed. All I have is I hope everyone has an enjoyable and fun and safe spring break. And with the incoming rain and the melting of the snow, may all of your basements be dry.
Excellent. Thank you, Councilwoman Dodds. Councilman Gill.
Congratulations to International Women's Day. And we had a feature come Sunday night. I was looking at my computer and Facebook, and women's basketball said if you're up at 11 o'clock, they'll be at the Coralville Intermodal. So I called our city administrator and I said, "Did you know about this?" And I said, "Do you want to go down there?" And he says, "Sure." So we went down and we met the women's basketball team coming back, and it was very well attended down there in the cold. And it's a great thing for this area that we've got a Big Ten champion, women's basketball, Big Ten champion. So congratulations to the women, and keep it up.
Absolutely.
And the intermodal.
Huh?
And fortunate to have the intermodal.
At the intermodal, yeah. Maybe they'll come. And do you know what they came back on?
What, Councilmember Gill?
The 380 bus.
Oh, awesome.
So that was a hit there. The 380 bus went to Indianapolis, so
All right.
that was great.
Anybody got anything else? Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Gill,
Second.
second by Dodds.